All right, let's dive in. Today, we're not just going to talk about science, we are going to do it. So forget just watching from the sidelines. For the next few minutes, you are the scientist. This is your adventure. So, what do you say? Are you ready? This whole journey is really just about letting your own curiosity lead the way. And believe me, it starts right now. Okay, first, picture this. This is your lab now. Can you feel it? That quiet hum in the air? That's the sound of possibility. All these tools and mysteries are just sitting there, waiting for you. Now, go ahead and shrug on that crisp, clean lab coat. Feel it settle on your shoulders. It's more than just a uniform, you know? It's kind of like your cape, a symbol that you're an investigator, a seeker of truth. Next, slide on those protective goggles. See how the world just snaps into focus? Everything's a little sharper, a little clearer. You're getting ready to spot the details and wonders you're about to uncover. But here's the most important part. Feel that buzz in your head? That's your curiosity. That is your most powerful tool by far. See, it's not about already having all the answers. It's about being excited to ask the questions. Your curiosity is the engine for everything we're about to do. So, you're all geared up. Now what? Where do you even begin? Well, it all starts with one simple but incredibly powerful question. This is the bedrock of all discovery. These questions probably sound familiar, right? I mean, we've all looked up at the sky or at a plant on a windowsill and wondered. But here's the difference. A scientist doesn't just wonder and then move on. Nope. They see these questions as the starting line of a race. And this is a really common mistake people make. Science isn't about just making wild guesses. It's actually the exact opposite. It's about being brave enough to say, you know what, I don't know, and then having the drive to go out and investigate and find the real answers. Okay, so how do we get from asking the question to finding the answer? We use the tools of discovery. Let's get into the methods that a scientist, and remember, that's you, uses to investigate. Let's do your first experiment. Really imagine you're doing this with me. Pick up that cool, smooth glass beaker. Now pour in some clear water. And here it comes, the moment of truth. Drop in that colorful little tablet. Now watch closely. You can almost hear it, can't you? That awesome, satisfying fizz as a storm of bubbles just erupts, dancing their way to the top. Whoa, a reaction is happening right before your very eyes. So what just happened there? That was a chemical reaction. You took two different things, the tablet and the water, and by combining them, you actually created something new, a gas. You didn't just see it, you made it happen. That is discovery in action. Now, this is a super important point. See, anyone can look at something, but a scientist observes. They don't just see bubbles, they're noticing how fast they're rising. They're wondering if the water temperature is changing. This careful, detailed observation, it's basically a scientist's superpower. All right, let's step out of the chemistry lab for a second and into the natural world. Someone walking by might just see a pretty plant leaning toward the window, but a scientist? A scientist sees a puzzle and starts asking questions. And asking that simple question leads you to one of the most incredible secrets on planet Earth: photosynthesis. The plant isn't just reaching, it's eating. Sunlight is its food. That one piece of curiosity just unlocked a truth that powers almost all life. Amazing, right? So after all the questions, all the experiments, and all the careful observation, comes the absolute best part of the journey, the payoff. That incredible electric feeling when it all just clicks. But you know, the path to discovery is almost never a straight line. Just look at the very first step here: fail. This is so important. In science, failing isn't the opposite of success. It's a huge part of the process. You try something, it doesn't work. You learn from it, you tweak your approach. And that is how you finally discover something new. And then it happens. That moment when the puzzle pieces all snap into place. The experiment works. The answer becomes clear. That feeling of, I've got it, that's the eureka moment. It's the ultimate reward for not giving up. And you know, these eureka moments, they never just stay in the lab. They ripple out, they spread, and they fundamentally change the world we all live in. Every little spark of discovery is connected to the giant story of human progress. And it all starts with these two tiny but unbelievably powerful words. Every great invention, every life-saving breakthrough, every giant leap for humanity, It all began with some scientists looking at the world and asking this one simple, hopeful question. Just think about it. What if we could create our own light whenever we wanted? And boom, you get light bulbs. What if we could teach our own bodies how to fight off a disease before we get sick? You get vaccines. What if we could build machines to explore other worlds? You get spaceships and robots. These things aren't just objects. They're the answers to a scientist's what if. And that brings our whole adventure full circle. You put on the coat, you asked the questions, you ran the experiment, and you felt that spark. For these last few minutes, that scientist, that was you. So here's the big takeaway. That natural curiosity you feel every single day, that little voice in your head that asks why or how, that is scientific thinking. It's not some special skill that only a few people have. It's just a fundamental part of being human. So as we wrap up, I'm going to leave you with this one last thought. This adventure doesn't end here. Your laboratory is the world all around you, and it is packed with questions just waiting to be asked. So my question for you is, what will you discover next?